What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus, Two Beers Dominguez, and joining me tonight, it's the stats man, Chris Gorman. Hit with the stats, Chris.
Hey, there have been 7 teams that have never held the first overall pick. 2 of them are Indiana and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, how much does this really matter? I don't know.
It all matters.
Who knows? He knows how much watering matters in this heat. The lawn ball, Sherman Cross, can you get that, Joe?
Oh,
okay.
Dos Modelos.
Dos Modelos. Well, if you haven't guessed, it tonight is the Modelo Draft Show. Not sponsored by Modelo.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. We are just knocking back some Modelos, Chris or Joey's favorites. We're watching the draft live. We're coming in here at the 5th pick. Ace Bailey just went to Utah.
Yeah.
So we can touch on the first 5 picks, and then we'll get into some NBA, obviously NBA champion crowned OKC, some wild trades over the week. Lot to talk about. Halliburton's injury. We will talk about it all during or between picks. But we'll quickly run down here. First pick was Cooper Flagg. Dylan Harper went second. VJ Edgecombe third to Philly. Con Knipple fourth to Charlotte. And then Ace Bailey here at 5 to the Jazz. Sorry, I was trying to figure it out. Chris, any surprises so far or just Rock Chalk Jayhawk here?
I mean, yeah, Ace, I guess,
Ace,
right?
I guess, yeah. He was kind of falling here pre-draft.
He didn't work out for them nor any team. So him just getting picked, I feel like I had no idea what to expect. So
people
get on Utah to blindly take the talent.
Yeah, they felt that he had the heart of a champion, a la Modelo, or heart of a fighter. Sorry, Joey. Any surprises for you, or just kind of seeing what basic?
Yeah, seems pretty chalk. I am surprised Ace Bailey. I'm actually surprised he didn't go earlier. I'm surprised the Hornets didn't do it. But I guess when somebody says they don't want to play for your team, it's maybe not good business to then force them to play for your team. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a bad. Not too much excitement there in the building.
He smiled though. I mean, he was smiling. Yeah. So I guess.
Is he the guy? There's news that someone didn't want to play with LaMelo Ball. Is he the one?
Ooh, that might have been him.
Seems like a reasonable decision.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's a distributor. I guess he's not really a distributor. He's a scorer. Yeah,
it's like a selfish distributor.
Selfish, distributor. Man, I'm having a hard time saying that. I'm not even.
Keep saying it.
Keep saying
distributor.
He's a good passer. Distributor.
Good passer of the basketball.
All right, guys. Well, we're waiting right now for Washington Wizards. They're on the clock. We got about a minute and a half left. But quickly, while we wait, Joey, Game 7 was supposed to be an all-timer. One for the books is what we believed. 7 minutes. I mean, I guess, do you want to start with what happened 7 minutes into the game, or do you want to maybe touch on OKC, give them their flowers here first?
Yeah, we could talk about 7 minutes in. First off, ESPN is stupid. Monday morning, they were running a segment asking if Tyrese Halliburton should regret playing in Game 7.
Oh, man.
Just downright stupid. That's why you lost the entire NBA to NBC. That's just idiotic.
Yeah.
It's bad luck. Obviously, I'm angry about it still. Mm-hmm. And I'm angry that it robbed us as a fan of what potentially should have been the crowning moment of this entire season.
Yeah.
And specifically that series. All things considered, I was astounded when the Pacers were up at halftime. I think, Titus, your message was, I feel like something crazy is going to happen tonight. Chris had something similar, that they had a really good chance. I was thinking, I don't know if I sent this, but I was like, would you rather have Halliburton in the locker room giving you a halftime speech, or is it just going to be too sad and like seeing him is gonna kind of suck the air out of the room?
Ooh.
I think we all kind of thought it would get you pumped up, but it seems like it sucked the air out of the room because they came out at halftime and OKC looked like they had their number lined up.
Yeah.
It was that run in the third quarter that pretty much sealed it all up. I think the result probably would have been similar.
Yeah.
He's played. I don't know. He came out red hot to start the game, but we'll never know. Kudos to OKC. SGA is probably one of the most disliked players, I feel like, in basketball right now. I feel like he's going to get a lot of not flack, but he's going to become the villain. I feel like he's got villain written all over him.
Maybe.
Caruso seems like the hero out of this, saying, I finally got a real championship. Nobody can talk about it being fake now. So I think he's going to gain some fans on that one.
They didn't love that.
All in all, though, I mean, the best team won the finals, right? The best team all season. It wasn't like there was a question about it. So kudos to them, but kudos to the Pacers for keeping it close for as long as they did. I mean, it was not a surefire thing at halftime that was going to go the way it did.
Yeah. If you're joining us live here on YouTube and Twitch, please feel free to comment and let us know what you thought of Game 7 of the finals. The pick is in, Chris, so we're going to wait for the pick announcement here, and then we'll get your thoughts on Game 7.
Let's see. Malawatch get called here, right, for Washington?
Yes. Who do they got best available? ESPN. We're waiting. A few seconds
Trey
here.
Johnson, Malawatch. How do you pronounce the U of I kid? The Kesperis.
Wow, I have to see it. Yakashovas. I think it's
Yakashovas. Thank you.
Yakashovas. I listened to a few draft pods today.
I feel like Yakashovas might go early just because he's like a tall point guard.
Trey Johnson, guard from Texas, going in to Washington.
All right.
It's just chalk so far, yeah.
Should we pivot real quick and talk about the Wizards real quick? I want to talk about the Wizards real quick. All right. Jordan Poole. I should pull up the trade.
That's good. Mix it in. Yeah.
I got it here. if you want it. You ready? Yeah. The Pelicans trading CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk and a second to the Washington Wizards for Jordan Poole, Saddiq Bey, and the 40th pick in this year's draft.
So apparently the GM of the Pelicans has traded for Saddiq Bey now like 3 times. Apparently,
that's insane.
Play with him in Detroit. I have the Wizards roster pulled up. Their first 4 guys by salary: McCollum, Chris Middleton, Malcolm Brogdon, and Marcus Smart, each making 33, 31, 22, and 20. These guys are getting paid. They combined for $100 million for those 4. And then like Kelly Olynyk, Rashawn Holmes. And then finally, we're at the 7th guy. No offense to Olynyk and Rashawn, but a guy under 30 in Alex Zar and Bilal Coulibaly and Bub Carrington. So it's just crazy that like this team just has such a weird, they have a lot of these vet contracts and then all these young guys. Trey Johnson feels like a fine pick. I heard this Bub Carrington guy. I didn't watch much Wizards last year, but he liked to have the ball a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits in, especially with a guy like Coulibaly too, who likes to kind of move, have the ball. And Zar came on his own last year. So this is just like a bunch of guys, a bunch of talents. Let them all play, throw it at the wall, and see what sticks. It feels like what the Wizards are trying to do. So,
definitely it is. I mean, drafting talent, I guess you can't when they're drafted, because I mean, obviously they were thinking they were going to be drafting a lot higher, and so if getting the 6th pick, I guess you just take the best player and hope for the best, or best talent, I should say, available. So, haven't heard anything bad about Trey Johnson. Can't say. I loved Zach Lowe on the Bill Simmons pod saying he has been sanding the tape for these guys, which I like that as compared to Russillo's grinding tape.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been sanding a little bit on these guys. So, but yeah, Chris, your thoughts as we wait here for the Pelicans to make the pick. Weirdly enough, the Pelicans going next. Game 7, the Halliburton injury.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You asked should you talk about the Thunder winning or the Pacers losing first? And I feel like what's the moment you take away? So when I think about every series, obviously LeBron block, the Giannis block. I think about Jaylen Brown crossing over Luka Doncic, and everyone's seeing Luka be a turnstile and lose all respect for his defense. And then you think about Halliburton getting hurt. That's what I think you take away from this.
You're right.
Right?
I think you're right.
This has got to be I feel like we finally found an injury more devastating than when Derrick Rose went down.
Yes, it's actually
Um,
exactly what I could think of.
right? This is the first time where I finally like, someone else's trauma in the NBA
Yeah,
is worse than ours in terms of Chicago, in terms of
Yeah.
what could have been. In
Yeah.
Halliburton, dude, like he was on a heater. He had 2 30-footers. He
Yeah.
missed one, got the ball back, hit it. It's just like would the Pacers have won this game? I believe so. The way Halliburton was going to get 40 and then get like 12 assists, have a crazy game. There's nothing stopping him. It felt like, and then so of course we'll never know.
Yeah, Achilles stopped them.
This Thunder team though, I don't know how they're going to look in history because they won 68 games, but then you look at just how they kind of won in the playoffs. They had like 2 game 7s, and I think their points per possessions was 110 per 100, which would have been 28th in the regular season. So their offense just went down. Every playoff offense does that to a point, but it's just like they kind of didn't dominate as well as they did in the regular season. So hey, kudos to them. They did it. But I really hope they don't do it again. I'd rather just see anybody else win it next year, to be honest.
Well, I mean, we can table those questions here for a little bit about the repeat thing. I mean, nobody's repeated in 7 years, so I mean, they made a point of announcing that here at the draft. So yeah, like I feel like every year we've been doing this, right, Joey? Whether it's Bucks or Suns getting back, we've said somebody's gonna repeat the Celtics last year, and it just hasn't happened. I mean, what are your thoughts on OKC as far as a potential repeater next year? Do you think that's in the cards, or obviously they're going to be the prohibitive favorite? But
yeah, the scary part of it is with this whole new CBA and second apron thing. Teams are getting creative, and some of the younger, not typically competitive, not superstar filled teams are kind of almost seem to be like loading up, like it's like an arms race kind of, right? Like there's some movement happening here. So I could see a world where they don't become the favorite, but based on the fact that they don't have to really add anything, they can keep this team exactly as it is, and plus add whatever picks they're going to get this year. I think you'd go in the season saying they're the favorite. The only thing Indiana did do is did they expose, quote unquote, what their weaknesses are by pushing them to 7 games. I mean, nobody thought they were going to get past 5. So did they show some cracks in them? Perhaps. But on the other side of that, Chet's probably getting better this offseason. Jalen Williams is obviously probably getting better this offseason.
It's going to be tough.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. They just had alcohol for the first time, so maybe they might regress a little bit, right?
Yeah. They start getting a little slower.
That's true. Jalen Williams had Shirley Temples.
All right, the pick is in here as we wait for the next one. Yeah, I mean, mostly I agree with you guys as we, kind of wait for the New Orleans pick here. Yeah, for me, that moment of Halliburton blowing his Achilles is what is going to be what I remember.
It's kind of crazy to think that he'll have the literal highest moments of this entire playoffs with his game winners and buzzer beaters, and the absolute lowest by like he is the exact spectrum. He is the entire spectrum.
Jeremiah Fears, a guard out of Oklahoma.
Really?
New Orleans. So the small guard, I think, is what people have.
People, they weren't liking him because he's a small guard. He doesn't shoot a 3 at a high rate.
Yeah. And doesn't finish at the rim well either? Is that the other thing that he doesn't do?
What does he do well?
What does he do well? Just gets buckets, man. You fear him. This guy I don't know too much. Can't say that, I saw a lot of Oklahoma games.
He's Trae Young, right? He was Oklahoma.
Trae Young. Okay, yeah. So they got their own Trae Young. Well, interesting for them. I mean, I don't know how he fits in.
I guess it's the handles. He can handle the ball. And who's the ball handler now? Poole?
Maybe they're going to let Jordan Poole be an actual shooting guard.
Yeah. So Poole, shooting guard. CJ McCollum out. He's probably your heavy ball handler. So, okay. Good pick for them.
Point guard Zion. Guess that's not
No
going to be a
point
thing
Zion.
next
Yeah.
year.
that's
Point
not a
Zion.
thing.
Kind of thought they would go Malawatch here, to be honest.
6'2.5". Oh boy.
Short
You're like, that is short. What?
That is short for the
Yeah,
NBA
The
player.
Pelicans are not a team.
All right. Yeah.
just
No, he
get
looks
on
seriously.
seriously. I don't think.
The scouting report from ABC says he's gifted on offense and gets his teammates involved, and he's a rebounder.
He's scrappy.
At
He's
6'2"?
a scrappy point guard.
He just described every basketball player of all time. Hey, what are your strengths? Well, I'm a good player, get my teammates involved, and I rebound. Do the fundamentals.
Well, at least he passed.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
it
you gotta start
sounds like
somewhere.
it's just a fancy way of saying he passed the ball, which is something you couldn't say about
Yeah.
Ace, right? So
Yeah.
maybe that's
He
something.
moves the ball.
He
it's
moves it
something.
around. I mean, hey, Halliburton moved the ball around a lot. Like everyone's trying to figure out.
Wow. Can you stop bringing him up?
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah. I'll give my thoughts on it.
It
I
happened 2
agree
days
with
ago,
Chris
man.
too. It happened 2 days ago. I agree with Chris. It reminded me a lot of the Derrick Rose moment when it happened. I was like, oh, well, I mean, I think the Rose moment was different because it was unexpected. Where like Halliburton, obviously there was this little bit. I can't remember if we talked off the pod or if we talked on the pod last week about him, tearing his Achilles. I'm pretty sure it was off, but because we were like, I was asking you guys, would you play? And yeah, I mean,
You have to, yeah.
you have
It
to
kind
play.
of felt like it couldn't happen because he played game 6 and had no issue.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, cool. He got through game 6 just fine. Like he's good. Like
he should be all right. Yeah,
Like, I kind of forgot that it was a thing.
yeah.
I
And
think
then he came out so hot.
excited during Game 7. He came out hot, right? And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, he just. But I think that's the one thing I will remember about the series. I mean, obviously, I'll remember OKC's greatness too, but I will always remember. I think that game. I don't know who was going to win. I mean, I still believe OKC would have got it done. Just that third quarter, I think was going to happen no matter what. I just think it would have been an all-time game had Halliburton and Shea been able to go just head-to-head and duel, and it would have been something to watch.
we were robbed. We
were robbed of that.
Yeah.
Just like we talk about with Rose, where I still think the Heat would have won that season, but we should have had the chance with our guy to go in and try it. Indy should have got the they should have had their chance to see if they could take down OKC with their guy fully healthy, and it just didn't happen. So hats off to OKC, like you said, they played great.
T.J. McConnell didn't have enough to lift him over the hump.
Yeah, you become the focal point, and then all of a sudden it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's a lot harder. I mean, he's the only one who scored for like 8 minutes on them.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to do it himself, but not enough. Well, the draft show rolls on as we wait for the next pick. Brooklyn up next. We could talk about some trades. Brooklyn was involved in a trade. I'm trying to find them here. They were involved in the Kristaps Porzingis trade.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Yeah, that was from today, I believe. Right? Was that today or yesterday? Late yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
It was yesterday. Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis goes to Atlanta with a second-round pick from the Celtics. The Celtics get George Niang and a second-round pick, and the Nets get Terrence Mann, the 22nd pick in this draft. So, win-wins all around. Joe, you're shaking your head. What's going on?
I mean, major win-win for Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I guess they get a piece and a good draft pick.
They get a good draft pick for
helping out.
For nothing. Yeah, helping out.
For helping
being
out.
being a good buddy, being a good partner.
Yeah. 50-50 partner.
Yeah,
the Brooklyn pick is in.
Yeah. Oh wait.
No, go ahead.
Rumor mill was that a couple teams wanted Porzingis. Celtics must have been looking for whatever deal made the most sense for them because they didn't do him any favors sending him down to Atlanta.
I don't think that's that bad. It's a solid team. I mean, you got Trae Young, you got Jalen Johnson.
Okay.
Future All-Star.
Okay.
Clint Capella could be a rim protector, so he doesn't have to be. He could just be a spacer.
I've been trying to trade him for 3 seasons.
I don't hate it for them, for Kristaps.
I think what I heard was the Lakers and the Warriors were the ones inquiring.
Oh, okay.
So when you put him up against those two potential
they
options.
inquire for like every big man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What are they offering? a Niang type?
I didn't see that, but yeah, we can talk more about the Celtics and their garage sale.
This is
It's a garage sale
yeah,
right
well,
now.
Garage sale. Yeah.
We'll let
garage
this kid
sale,
come
yeah.
in, but honestly, I'm kind of loving this stuff right now for the Celtics.
Yeah, of course you are.
I think this is okay. I think it's
Why?
okay.
No,
We'll
you're
talk about
right.
it here in a second.
You're right.
Yeah, this is fine. This
All
is
right, they
fine.
pick Igor, Carter Bryant. What are we thinking here for Brooklyn?
Man, Igor. Who are they probably looking at? This isn't a Mala Watch team, is it?
They got Claxton. So
Yeah,
I don't know
this
if they're
isn't
going to
them.
trade Claxton.
Colin
Most
Murray
guys we haven't
Boyles.
seen any trades so far. I'm a little bummed
Yeah,
out.
no trades. Interesting. All right, the pick is in, guys. I'm waiting here for Adam Silver to take the podium.
So glad my TV's on mute. Just watching Stephen A. Smith talk. It's just like
You got Stephen A. on that. I was
magic.
wondering why he wasn't on the.
I put on
ESPN.
ABC. Oh,
Yeah.
he's not on ESPN.
I was wondering why he wasn't on the ESPN broadcast.
Oh, well, I'm gonna switch that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and switch that right over. Fuck this guy.
Igor sounds like Igor Demon.
It's Igor?
It's
Nice.
Igor out of BYU. The Mormon gets
Yes.
drafted.
The Mormon gets drafted.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
Mormon school. You can tell by his suit. Very.
We're
Well,
live,
he's the
everybody.
Russian. He's the Russian.
BYU is a Mormon school. Oh, he's
No,
Russian.
yeah,
he's
but he's a Russian basketball player.
Okay.
Whoa, is he allowed to be here?
Well,
That's a good question.
he's not that dark, so it's okay.
Okay.
Brought to you by Modelo.
There is a player though in the draft. You see the guy from South Sudan. I forget his name.
Yeah, he has like visa issues, right, or something.
Yeah, he potentially could have some serious visa issues. They were talking on the radio after
Crazy
work
stuff.
if
Yeah.
they thought it was going to prohibit anybody from taking a chance on him.
If he's really good, it won't. They'll be like,
What's wild is he started playing basketball 5 years ago. Found it. Luol Deng found him.
yeah. I think I've heard that about him.
Yeah, and he played in the Olympics last summer.
Luol Deng spreading the
That's where he's in
game,
South
man.
Sudan team. That team
Mhm.
did really pretty quietly. Not quietly. They were pretty good, right? In the
Yeah,
All right,
remember
6'8" forward or guard, 6'8" guard.
Igor
He's,
Demine.
their first
Demean- I thought it
5-star
was Denim.
recruit ever to BYU. He's
Nice.
he's okay. He can't shoot very well, but he's 6'8" frame, 19-year-old body,
Okay.
point guard. So I guess he's a playmaker. You
Is
have
he
to
actually
assume that,
19 or
right?
is his body just that of a 19-year-old?
I think we have to look into those.
No,
Kremlin
I'm serious. Is he
documents. Yeah,
19
no.
years old?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't- I
You-
don't
you said
know.
19-year-old body, and I
19-year-old.
was like, oh.
Oh.
Just was curious if
Okay.
he was a little bit older, but
He had 5.5 assists
played younger.
last year, so he can play make a bit. I like this pick because this is the guy you got to go
Yeah.
hit or miss on. So
Yeah.
Brooklyn's got nothing to lose. This team
It's a
hasn't
good
been
shot.
relevant, so he might as well.
Isn't Prokhorov the owner still?
Oh
or-
right. So yeah, it
So
makes
a
total
little
sense.
Russian connection. Yeah, we should have
He's
seen this
still
coming.
technically owning the team, a piece of that team at least. He
Okay.
just doesn't really
Don't really do
not
anything
as,
anymore.
involved.
Well, they look really excited to take him. Yeah, all right. We're gonna go back in the Celtics. We'll wait for the next pick. Toronto up next. 3 minutes for them. Yeah, I think the Celtics are getting off some money here. So Porzingis for an expiring, I believe, in Niang. I'd have to double check that. And I think, a solid contributor. You know what I mean? Not a piece for sure, but could maybe come in and give you 5 minutes.
You talking about Niang?
Niang contributor.
Dude, I don't know. Oh yeah, okay.
Nothing. I mean, I don't think they're going to be asking him to do too much.
Sounds like a true Celtics fan. Oh yeah, George
But-
Niang is going to definitely
Dude,
contribute.
George Niang.
Maybe I listened to Bill Simmons too much.
Yeah, me too.
I have been diversifying my intake of sports,
Mhm.
but I still, partake in that one. But like, do the Celtics just get the nicest, analysis of any kind of trade or offering? I feel like this was a terrible, stupid move.
They got the kids' gloves on. You're saying?
No, this is fine.
Yeah, they had to do it because they did such a stupid thing signing Porzingis and Holiday to these contracts.
Yes.
So now it's like, oh, they're so smart. Get it off. It's like, yeah, they had to.
Well, they had to.
So it's like Porzingis.
was
I
it-
love this for Atlanta. If Porzingis can play 50 games, Atlanta is going to be that team where they're going to be like a 5th seed, and they could be the Pacers next year. To be honest,
Yes,
Trae Young's
this
been in
is
the
what I
conference
like.
finals before, right?
Yeah.
And Dyson Daniels is a fantastic defender. Risha Shea was the first overall pick. He was pretty solid.
Yeah.
He could take a leap in year 2. Jalen Johnson, that guy could just play a full season. He's an all-star.
Yeah, I mean, if he would have
you know.
been available in the playoffs, they would have made a little noise. I think him going down, but
Right,
yeah, no,
so
I like where you're coming
I like
from.
this a lot for Atlanta. The Brooklyn piece is fine too. I'm not.
Joey is giving us the Nico Harrison side eye for Atlanta here.
What defense wins? Yeah, I heard.
It's weak. It's weak.
Porzingis is solid, man. If he's available,
if he's available, he hasn't been available for like 2 seasons.
Plus, they have Onyeka
but it's this huge
Okongwu
piece that the Celtics are giving up. I guess.
Capella.
Taking on a lot of money for a guy who doesn't play.
Yeah, we're taking a lot of money. Celtics are getting off it.
Yeah, I guess from that aspect, it's a win because the Celtics were the sucker, or the Hawks were the sucker who took it on.
I mean, they have
I don't know.
they have the money, they have the room to do it. So you got to take a chance.
Yeah,
And then
gotta take
it's
a
opened
chance.
up like a mid-level trade exception, so there's rumors that Nickeil Alexander-Walker is going to get signed and traded to the Hawks.
Wow.
Which that would really bolster that perimeter defense.
Yeah, something.
That would help.
I think, I think with the East being, I think the East is going to be wide open next year. I really do. I don't hate this for the Hawks. I think Joey's right. I mean, in all honesty, if this guy is healthy is the hugest question mark.
Dude, just
But
imagine Atlanta against Cleveland in round 2. Like Cleveland's gonna be
With the
shitting their pants.
Yeah, with
Trae
healthy
is just-
Porzingis. Yeah,
I don't know.
it's not the worst.
All I know
matchup
is
in
I'm
the
probably
world.
gonna go over on Atlanta.
Yeah.
Whenever those come out.
Joey's loving it. I mean, we'll see.
That
It's
Trae Young
Atlanta.
jersey, man. Gonna break out that Trae Young jersey again next year. It's gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
Atlanta's gonna be a little relevant.
All right, the pick is in, but while we wait, we can maybe tee up the next Celtics trade, and then we'll get to the actual big trades of the of the weekend. But the Celtics
All right,
holiday
here's
to
Malo.
Portland.
Toronto,
Here's Malo. This has got to be Malowich, right?
this guy, Toronto's been all over.
Yeah,
that
A
kind
big
of guy.
guy. So the Celtics
I'll be
trade
curious to
holiday
see
to
if they do
Portland.
it.
We'll go for it. Oh, the pick is still in.
I know
We're
they
still
have
waiting.
I'm
Poto,
curious.
but
This would be serious for them in terms of the visa if they do take him,
Oh yeah,
because he would have to travel into the country.
yeah, but I think that it's a little less sticky.
It's not.
It's not.
They're literally talking about. They had some guy on the radio who's like a player consultant for the draft, and he was talking about this and said if the awful, disgusting act comes in where that ends up being the case, that he would not be able to travel into the country.
Oh wow.
Oh, that girl wants to cry really bad in the red dress. They show. We're
Yeah.
watching different channels. I know who that is. Who
Need
is
some context here, Joe.
They showed the girlfriend, mom of Colin Murray Boyles, and
Get nervous.
she was smiling through some very choking tears. It was one of those. You could see her like hyperventilating through it. That's not good. It's not
Yeah.
good look.
Isn't that the
Waiting for
Bulls guy? The Bulls are attached.
That was
to
the
him.
word late today. It came out that they were slinking around on them. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got what 4 picks to the Bulls here? 3 picks?
They're 12. Yeah.
12. So yeah, they're coming up soon. We can start talking about Bulls here a little bit. As we wait.
There's a trade.
Oh, yeah.
coming on this
You're
one.
going to talk about the holiday trade too. I wanted to,
Yeah, we'll talk about we got
What
Toronto's
trade?
pick coming in here, and then we can talk about the holiday trade, and then we can start. Boyles, your boy Colin Murray Boyles.
Went to Toronto.
Yep, the girlfriend can relax now.
She's good. The nerves out. All right.
I know nothing about
Wow.
this guy.
Okay, maybe did they take Boyles because of the Malawatch fear?
That's
I don't know.
We'll have to find out
I'm kind of
If
surprised
that-
they didn't Malawatch.
if he dropped. The Bulls should take him if he's available. But
I
whatever.
heard great defender for Murray Boyles. I think that
Oh,
was
okay.
I heard extremely good defender.
Oh, that would be. I mean, that sounds like their guy, right? A 6'9" defender type. That's a Toronto guy.
Mhm.
I didn't see
Can't
what
really shoot
height.
well.
Yeah,
but
'cause
you
that's
can
what-
develop a shot with him.
That's
Yeah.
why all the Chicago guys were saying it was interesting that the Bulls were rumored to even be interested, that they were finally looking at someone with size and defensive ability and not just a
Athletic.
extreme upside athletic player.
Thank you, Bulls. Hope they do something good. All right, well, let's get into the holiday trade. Celtics dumping some more money. This was 2 days ago to Portland for Anthony Simons and 2 seconds. Not a bad little haul there for Holiday. Anthony Simons expiring contract next year. Holiday had 3 more years, $30 million a pop, I believe. So
Yeah, this
And-
trade was
Chris-
perfect.
Yeah.
This trade makes great sense for both sides.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Anthony Simons can't play a lick of defense. His career defensive box plus minus is minus 2.1, which usually you never see like past a minus 0.5. The fact that 2 is insane.
yeah,
But he's a baller. He's a straight up G, and he's gonna be given the green light. It's probably as a 6-man for this team. He'll probably start a little bit, but I think more as an off the bench. Maybe
Yeah.
him and Pritchard, I guess. So it's fine to take a flyer on it. I didn't see any issue with it. So
yeah.
good for them getting off of another dumb signing that they did. I can't believe they signed Holiday to that many years. I think
That
there's
was-
still 4 years on it.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think it's 4 years.
They got pretty drunk happy after
The chip.
that championship. They're like, hey, give everyone 5
Sign
years.
everybody. The dynasty is here, and then quickly it turns. But
But apparently, Holiday is pissed.
okay.
I
See, I haven't
can't
heard anything
imagine
about
being
it.
mad, but I heard that he's not happy to having been traded to Portland. But I think it's perfect
mean,
for Portland.
The perfect for Portland, but he's probably like, that's not what I want to do here, man. I got 4 years. I'm trying to win another chip. I'm not trying to mentor some guys here.
I'm trying to go to Portland and coach Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to do any of that.
Try to make
so.
Ayton actually, play and care for a full season.
Yeah, it's tough for him.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, but that's business, man. So
I mean,
Thank
the
you for the
Celtics
chip.
needed somebody to shoot more 3-pointers, right? With Tatum being down for a year. So
yeah, I think
what do? You get rid of a guy who doesn't shoot 3-pointers and go get somebody who all they do is shoot 3-pointers.
But I guess to put a button on this, I do like what the Celtics did. Obviously, to me, this signals that they are not moving Jaylen Brown, which was kind of a concern because that could maybe happen, but it looks like that's not going to happen. And I really like the idea of them sort of going, all right, we're going to take this off year or a gap year and plan to retool. I guess their cap sheet cleans up quite a bit for 2026. And then they go, all right, we can go back all in with Jaylen and a healthy Tatum in a year. And I don't think that's a terrible
Do you
plan.
think Al Horford stays? I feel like he might.
He might stay. He might stay. I don't know. I think it depends on what he wants. Is he re-signing this year?
I think he's
Right.
In a contract, yeah, and it's pretty
Yeah.
cheap. He only made 9.5 last year. So if a team wants to pay for that backup center, I don't know.
I think it'll kind of be up to him. I think like the Lakers could maybe be in the mix if they go, hey, we'll throw the bag at you, and he's like, I gotta go. But he might just go, I'm fine here and take a little less money. I don't think the Celtics are gonna pay him. So, but we'll see. All right, we got a minute and a half left, or 2 minutes left, and the Rockets are on the clock, and I believe they have this pick. No, never mind. Oh yeah, this is the 10th pick. So the Suns from the Durant trade.
Oh
The
yeah,
Suns traded Durant to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the 10th pick in this draft and 5 second-round picks. A lot of seconds, and then obviously this pick coming up. So now, wait, no, this should be. Are the Suns getting this pick?
no, this is the Houston
Houston's
City
getting
got this pick from Phoenix.
Oh, from Phoenix.
Yeah,
Man, why
because
do I think?
Phoenix gave up Durant?
the graphic is weird. I'll give
Yeah,
you
this
that.
is throwing me off here. Well, I'm
Proposed
okay.
trade. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, no. Phoenix is getting this pick from the Rockets. It's just it's not a finalized deal yet. I believe that's what it is because they can't actually finalize it till a certain day or something. I think I remember seeing this, but I believe this pick is going
they
to
can't
Phoenix.
finalize it till July 6th.
Yeah,
So that's weird. So then Houston is making this pick, like Phoenix
Yeah.
told them what they wanted, like make sure you take this guy. What if
Yeah.
Houston just like says never mind?
and I think the deal's off. Then, man, they're not getting Kevin Durant, so I think they
That's fair.
go, "Let's make this pick for you guys."
It's kind of a weird way to have a rule set up. You feel like you would just let
Yeah,
people
just give them.
sign deals before.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The deal for Durant can't be finalized until July 6th, they said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks
this
like
is
it's
why
the Suns'
Houston
pick,
is making the pick. Yeah,
but it's Houston's pick.
no, it's
Yeah.
Phoenix's pick.
Hold
Right,
on.
but it's going to
Oh,
Houston.
Hold on, guys. Shams is tweeting breaking news. Breaking news. The Charlotte Hornets are trading center Mark Williams to the Phoenix Suns for the number 29 pick tonight and a 2029 first round pick. The Suns go out and get Mark Williams.
Picks for that? They got 2 picks for him.
Whoa!
Wait, the Suns
first-
traded their
two-
next
two
year
first round
round
picks.
pick.
No. 20 number 29 this year and a 2029 first round pick.
That's even crazier.
So,
It
Suns
was-
are giving up picks.
So actually, let's think about this. Did Charlotte make no, maybe not. Would you have wanted Dalton Connect? Right? Because he was in the trade to the Lakers. Lakers declined the trade, and now they got 2 first rounders
Yeah,
for him.
I think you'd rather have the picks. Yeah, definitely. They
Yeah.
definitely got a better deal.
Depends what the 2029 pick looks like, I guess.
I just think
It's- I
that's
think
Probably
it's
going to
crazy
look pretty
asset deal
good.
from Mark
Yeah.
Williams. I like Mark Williams.
You mean to tell me the Bulls couldn't get that for Vooch? Come on. We're sleeping at the wheel here.
How are the Bulls not getting any
Arturas?
draft capital?
Well, you
All
have
right,
to
the
pick up the
selection is
phone,
in.
Titus. You have to make the calls.
Jesus.
Oh,
Malawatch going to the Houston Rockets. He looks
That's-
like he's
good.
sleeping here. Oh, he's crying.
way to go,
He's
Titus.
crying.
He's crying. This defense that's already amazing just got a 7-2 center.
Yeah, and his wingspan is 7'6", I think. I
Oh no,
heard.
wait, he's going to Phoenix. Never mind.
What do you mean? Oh, he's going to. Okay. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
wearing the Phoenix hat, right? Yeah.
He's going to Phoenix. Okay, never mind.
But why did they
This
just
graphic
trade
is
for
messing
Mark
me up.
Williams?
No, he's going to Houston, guys. We can't keep doing. Okay.
He's going to Phoenix. Now we're messing each
Now you're
ourselves up
confusing
now.
me. Now you're going to confuse whoever's listening.
No, it's he's going to Phoenix.
He's going to Phoenix.
because the question is then why would you trade for Mark Williams if you just drafted this guy?
What is Phoenix doing?
What do you mean? They didn't have any centers. They had
I know,
just
but-
Nurkic.
Would you trade 2 first round picks, or would you say let's see what this guy gives us and
Yeah,
go
we're
get-
waiting.
go get a veteran, off the street?
Yeah. Well,
Two
This
first. I mean,
is
it's not like Mark Williams
weird.
is a franchise changer.
Like you could have got Malawatch and then another decent player at 29 or
wait,
whatever.
guys. Phoenix doesn't have Malawatch.
Yes, they do. This pick is what the Rockets traded to Durant or for Durant. This
Wait,
is so
I've been thinking about
confusing.
this completely the opposite.
Yes,
Oh, this sucks.
me too. I don't know why he's putting on a Rockets hat. He's going to Phoenix. Man, I feel
Oh, I'm an idiot. I was thinking this entire.
you're
Oh my
good.
god.
It's fine. It's the graphic is weird. All right,
The
so
graphic is
the,
really
the 2029 first rounder that Phoenix gave to Charlotte is the least favorable of Cleveland, Utah, and Minnesota. 1 through 5 protected.
So that'll be Minnesota.
In 29. Yeah, who
29.
knows?
Yeah, who knows at this point? That's
In 3
okay.
years,
So that's
it's
so
not
far
worth
away
thinking.
that it's a
Yeah.
gamble. Why?
This is
Yeah,
wild.
why trade 2 first round picks if you were going to select Malawatch?
I mean, they
Okay,
needed
so-
size, obviously, but like that's
So Phoenix now has 5 shooting guards and like 5 centers, and then
They're just
they'll
either
just
big or
figure the
little.
rest out.
The
and
wing,
Dylan
they do
Brooks.
not care about the wing position in Phoenix. Wow, this is weird. Well, I loved it for Houston. I hate it for Phoenix.
We haven't talked about Durant.
We haven't even talked
Yeah,
about
Houston
Durant.
yet. We're 40 minutes in, and
Durant
fine.
is going to
I
Houston.
want to hear from you first on this. How do you
Me?
like Durant in Houston? You're our Durant
Durant
golden
lover?
boy here. I feel like
I,
Me? No,
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 me.
Titus.
I was like, damn, where did that come from? Go ahead. Sorry.
I like him in Houston, man. I mean, this is the last time, I swear, guys, that I believe in this guy. But I think he's still good, and I don't think he's gonna have to do as much as he had to do with Phoenix. So I like it. I don't know if this makes him a contender, but I certainly think this makes him a feisty team.
Well, they're
in the Western
absolutely a
Conference.
contender. No?
I don't know if I trust them that much. They gotta. I mean, obviously they were the 2 seed this year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they just got better. So, I guess in theory, yes, that makes them a contender. But I still think I'm wait and see on Durant, but I don't think this was.
You know
bad.
what?
It was
You know what I
bad.
like about this trade? Okay.
Yes, go for it.
I think this is kind of like when the Timberwolves traded for Rudy Gobert. In the
Christ.
sense that, like, I know the role. I'm gonna get creative as much as I can, but like it raised the floor of the Timberwolves. It gave playoff experience to the young guys, especially Anthony Edwards and Jay McDaniels, and that's what this Durant trade does for Houston. They get to keep all the young guys. Eamon gets to have experience.
Yeah.
Jabari, Sengun, and then maybe they'll get a chance to win, but they probably won't. But at least they'll get experience. So then when Durant's like 40, he'll be gone. Then Houston will have all these playoff veteran guys that have been together for like 3 years. So I think it's a great move in that respect. But I don't expect them to really win anything. So Joey literally pulled out his phone. Was like, I'm not even going to listen to this. But all right.
He was pulling up something. Tell us, Joey.
I think my biggest concern with this is that what happened today with Van Vliet opting in to his deal.
I didn't see this.
I feel like they needed somebody better to get the best out of what they built with Durant and Şengün.
Signed a 2-year, $50 million extension.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot of money.
But there was a team option for $44 million. So that they just opened up $20 million. So now they opened up a trade exception of $20 million to get another player.
Fair.
Okay. So they maybe have one more move in them.
If they find the move, I think it's better. That to me was just Van Vliet didn't give them enough. I felt like when it mattered the most. And in Phoenix, I felt like him and Booker struggled with like who gets the ball to us when one of us doesn't have the ball kind of thing. I was kind of hoping maybe they could find themselves a better, more not coherent, capable, sizable point guard. But it definitely lifts them, like Chris said, it definitely makes the ceiling higher, making them, top 5 in finals or champion odds seems risky to me, considering I think the last 2 stops he's been, you would think were probably better teams, and those haven't panned out. Like we thought the move to Phoenix 2 years ago was going to be good.
I think we thought that until the Beal trade.
Fair. That's fair.
I think they went like one
kind of
step
soured
too
everything.
far. Yeah. That's a good question, because I do think this might be, aside from that Nets team, this might be this. I think this team is better than Phoenix.
The Dylan Brooks, as much as I dislike him, I feel like they lost a little bit of that. Like,
that's a piece too.
Did they lose a little bit of that in your face culture type thing from that? And they've got a lot of young guys now on that team.
All right, Portland's making their pick. Bulls are on deck.
I thought bringing back Steven Adams was like 4 years,
That's true.
45.
That's good stuff.
Was cool, but like, isn't that kind of a lot of? I thought Steven Adams getting that much money felt like.
Oh man!
All right, what happened?
Cedric Coward from Washington State. This is a guy I heard was really good, and I was really hoping the Bulls would take him, but he did not last.
He's going to Memphis.
Oh yeah, this is okay. Yeah, this is,
I just looked. I wish they were just put on who.
Just put on who it's going. I know we don't need to go through then the Portland should be in the small by way of Portland.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Like, yeah, they have all this stuff with it's Portland in the background. He's gonna put the Portland hat on. He's going to Memphis.
So guys,
Come on,
after
guys.
the Bulls pick, every pick from 13 to 27 is from another team.
Oh, this is great.
Oh man, we gotta
That-
get off then. We can't follow that. We can
We
barely
can't follow
follow.
this. Yeah.
Well, I think it's so like Hawks have 13, and it says it's from Sacramento, but I think it's the Hawks pick. I don't think it's
Yeah, so Sacramento's gonna pick, and then
No,
it's
no,
gonna be-
but-
or,
but at least says the Hawks, right?
I think
Like,
we're
it
doing
doesn't
it
say
again.
Sacramento. Yeah.
We're doing it again, guys. Well, all right. So this was the guy I was really hoping the Bulls would take here. Man, look at this guy,
Coward?
Coward.
He's
Yeah, I
done. He's
heard.
done. All right, so who's the guy here? So I see like best fit is Queen, Carter Bryant, and Noah Senge.
Queen is
I feel
gonna
like
be the
Asenge's
pick.
the worst case scenario here. You should not take Asenge this high. The fact that he's risen this much is nuts.
I'm trying to see who else is left. They're not showing anything yet.
Trailblazers are trading Cedric Howard at number 11 to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are sending number 16, a 2028 first round pick via Orlando in 2 seconds to Portland for Cedric
Oh, he's going to
Howard.
the Grizzlies. Oh, this is great for the Grizzlies.
Holy shit. The Grizzlies must have thought the world of this guy. They just sent
Oh, so
two
this is the
first
Bane
round,
replacement.
I guess one, because they're trading their first round pick from this year, but they're trading a first round pick and 2 second round picks for this guy.
Wow. So you know what this must mean too? It must mean that the Bulls were really eyeing him, and the Memphis came, or somebody in the next couple of picks was really eyeing him, and Memphis came because I don't think he was slotted to go this high.
Jeez.
Russillo loved this guy. It was a guy he brought up, and I
The
trust
dude
Russillo.
played 6 games
Yeah,
last year.
but everybody said this guy's a beast. He committed to Duke
Pretty
in the
cool
transfer
story.
portal and then remained in
are
the
we getting
draft.
Derek Queen? Is that where this is going?
You don't want. I don't think you want Queen.
Oh,
Right? You don't want.
I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying, is that where this is going? Kind of
No,
feels
no.
like that's where it's going.
all right, guys. The Bulls pick is in. I got
Uh-oh.
Is it
here.
already?
I got it. I got it right here.
No, Titus has a cooler.
Oh.
Oh, he's got a
And I wanna-
gimmick.
I'm gonna
He-
see what this is here. I'm reaching
he's
in to
got a
see who the
surprise.
Bulls are picking,
It's a cold beer.
and they're picking a tasty cold Modelo draft beer for the Modelo draft show. Wow, this is still icy cold here and
Hey,
refreshing.
you want to crack at the same time?
Oh, I cracked it, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Well, in
mine
spirit.
just squirted all over.
Oh, hello. All right, we're pouring it in. You can hear the suds. We hope the Bulls pick someone who has the mark of a fighter here on the first annual Modelo Draft Show. Not sponsored by Modelo. They are in no way affiliated with us or have ever been. But we enjoyed their beer. Thank you, Modelo,
I do enjoy their beer. It's
for
quite
being part of
it's
it.
quite
It's good.
tasty.
I used to be a Corona guy, but I think I might be a Modelo guy.
Oh yeah, Modelo's got like a leg up on Corona.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think I have to agree. Two tall boys. Especial.
Cerveza.
All right, so they need front court depth. It says Noah Essingay, from France. Oh, Russillo hated him. Noel, Thomas Sorber, Carter Bryant, Jace Richardson, Yakashonis. Maybe they go like the full European vibe here, and then Derek Queen, Rasheer Fleming. From
I
St. Joe.
kept seeing them mocked for Yakashonis, but it
You
didn't
know
make the fit doesn't make any sense, right? Like
Yeah. You know who I wouldn't be mad about? Walter Clayton Jr. I wouldn't be mad about him.
not
Pick his
here.
own.
It's early, but I wouldn't be mad about it.
It's a good
Da-
in the 20s, maybe. I don't know.
They got their pick in fast, so whoever they
Ooh,
wanted must have
wow.
still been available. They,
Wow, that was
they didn't have
fast.
to,
You're
They
right.
didn't have to think about it.
Joey, all right, you're the Bulls, man. Were you opening for anybody in particular, or were you just kind of
Nah, I just be surprised.
just like to be surprised? No spoilers.
You don't have any.
Joey. He
You don't
has
care
no
who.
inkling. He doesn't care.
The
We
more,
want big, small.
you know what? The past
Win.
few years of people that I've wanted, they haven't done, and it hasn't worked out one way or another. So they did okay last year with Buzelis.
Yeah,
So
fell to him, but
I mean,
yeah.
he fell to him at 12 last year. So let's
See who fell to them this year.
we'll give him a little bit of grace here.
Yakashonis.
Give him some grace.
Well, I love that
What they,
the Bulls
what they
have
won't get
finally-
grace for is when the season starts and they still have 3 specific players on their team.
Patrick Williams, Kobe White, and
And
Vucevic.
Vooch.
Yes.
Kobe White.
At least
Williams
if they have
good.
one of those, it'd be fine. If they have Kobe White still, I can live with that.
Yeah, I could live with that too. But
Who's
Or
young,
if they
remember?
give Giddy over 21 or $2 million.
yeah. then
Oh,
you're
dude,
not
that
getting-
guy's getting 30.
He's
right?
getting
Like
30.
Well,
30. Yeah.
what I've been reading is that with all of the second apron deals and everything kind of moving and everything, that there's not really a market for Giddy. Like the teams
Yeah.
that previously did need him no longer need him. They've made their deals. So the only team that potentially could drive the price of that up would be the Bulls bidding themselves up.
So
Which
the Bulls are
don't
gonna be
leave that
smart.
out, right? They've done
National
it before.
reporters and local reporters are basically saying if the Bulls give him more than like 25 million max,
They're stupid.
they were on something on their own. Nobody did that to them.
Well, and this is what I had thought is that they make him go in an offer sheet. Like go see what the
Right.
market is, and we will match it because these are restricted, right?
Yes.
I would.
The Atlanta
100%.
Hawks are trading the number 13 pick in the draft to the New Orleans Pelicans for the number 23 pick and an unprotected 2026 first round pick. Most
Whoa.
favorable of New Orleans and
Gosh.
Milwaukee.
All right, now we're seeing some trades.
Whoa! So they're getting a unprotected pick that's either Milwaukee without Dame or the
Or New
Pelicans, who's probably going to be.
Correct.
Who's always bad?
But they'll get the least favorable, so it'll be
No, most favorable.
most favorable. Oh,
Most. That's weird. Okay.
According to Shams, most favorable.
wow, that's
So the Hawks are busy. The Hawks are
Hawks are busy, man.
Dude,
the Hawks thinks
man. That's what I'm
Kristaps
saying, man.
is the key here.
I'm calling it now. Hawks next year.
Hawks NBA Finals, baby.
We'll call him Key Kristaps.
Ice Tray. All right, the pick is in. Bulls pick, guys. We live for this because we can't live for anything else.
I don't even know who I would be excited for. Queen, I think, be kind of bummed.
Queen
I
would
think
be a
it would
bummer.
be terrible. Carter Bryant, I guess, is fine.
All right,
Yakashonis would be confusing.
You guys are ahead of me, so just
All right,
just
I'll
hold it.
announce it. Or I'll hold
Oh,
it. You know what?
fuck
Let's hold
damn it!
Go.
Already spoiled. It's fine.
Oh no!
They took the Frenchie.
They took the no.
No! Look at the Bulls fan. He's putting his head down. No, guys.
Oh, he's crying.
Hey, they didn't have a shot blocker before, so
Did you guys listen to the
can't believe they
Rosillo
did that.
pod from today or no? He's missing the championship game to be here.
right, yeah. That had to be not a red flag for the Bulls.
Oh God, it said plays video games and watches anime in his free time. That was literally the
Second,
graphic
yeah.
that just fucking popped
Yeah.
up on here.
He's actually a guy I
Oh,
watched some
no.
tape on. He's skinny. He's so skinny.
What are these beads on his jacket?
Oh, easy.
Oh, that's awesome. That the Bulls got Noah Sengay.
Oh no.
Hey, maybe he's Rudy Gobert 2.0.
6'10".
That's what I was kind of excited for him
Bolts of
to
acid.
fall to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I guess. I
But
mean, at this
Just
this is
because he's French and shot blocker. That's amazing. Dude, the guy's
Explosive
listed
athlete,
at 204 pounds. He's 6 foot 10.
versatile defender.
so he's
No way.
our Chet,
He's our
Yeah.
Chet.
He's the Chet. He's
The
the
French
Frenchy
Chet. the French bag Chet,
French bag Chet. Yeah.
French bag Chet. Oh man, I'm not happy about this at all. I don't care. This is a bummer.
I thought I was gonna be more bummed out about it than I am. I'm kind of just like, okay. Yeah,
I think if
cool.
I wouldn't have just literally on the way to get my Modelo before I started the podcast, listen to Rosillo just bash this dude for 15 minutes, I probably would have
Yeah.
been more excited about it. But
According to Tankathon, he was listed as the number 4 small forward in the draft.
I hope for the best, as always.
His strengths are free throw attempt rate, 2-point percentage, draft age, defensive rating.
That's what
He gets a lot of fouls.
he was a
doesn't
foul
shoot-
baiter.
Doesn't shoot the 3 ball well. Oh, he commits a lot of fouls.
Oh, he commits a lot.
Commits a lot of fouls and doesn't shoot the 3 ball well. Seems like he wants to learn to shoot the 3. He's comfortable getting it in his repertoire. So Russillo is what we're basing this off of, right?
For me,
Anybody else,
I'll be honest.
anybody else have any?
No, but I trust Russillo.
Everything else I've been reading was everyone's just kind of shocked that he left to go to the draft and not be in the championship game.
That's the
Like Kevin O'Connor said that. There were some these guys at Game Theory said it. Everyone's just kind of like, that's a huge red flag because, like, okay, does he actually care to?
That seems absolutely asinine. That seems like completely backwards.
What's that, to leave your team like that? Or
Yeah, the team that doesn't matter to go to the NBA.
Well, the way that somebody put it, and Russillo, I should say, because I kind of agree with you a little bit, Joy. Like, I don't know if that's a huge red flag, but they were like, what if the Final Four was tonight, and instead of playing in the championship, Cooper Flag was like, I want to be at the draft. Yeah. Would you think of like, dude, go win the championship? I mean, again, who knows with what?
I wouldn't judge him.
Oh man, I'd be like, dude,
how football players skip their national championship bowl games to go to the NFL draft? Like, it's at the end of the day, your college or international title doesn't mean as much as going and making.
Talk me off the ledge, Joey.
But right, well, how about different if it's the national championship game and a guy didn't play in it? That'd be a different story.
Yeah, a bowl game. Yeah, no,
a bowl game is like whatever.
How about this? He's 18 years old. Probably doesn't really care, right? It's not.
His dream is to go to the NBA. Yes.
Yeah, he's there because he's good, right? He's not there because he's been doing this for his entire life, and he's 40, and he's like, I got to get it or I don't get it.
Yeah.
Standing reach is 9'3". Wingspan is 6'11" at 18 years old.
I mean, he's 6'10" with 6'11". Yeah, okay.
Standing reach 9'3" is pretty good.
The French national team is a good team.
Did he play on the French
No,
national?
he's playing in some other crappier league.
I think he played on the he was in
the Olympic team, right? Was he on the Olympic team?
I don't know.
Was he on the yeah? He was in the German league.
Did not see this one coming.
He's in the German league.
Oh, that's amazing. I can't believe they did that.
Oh my god, the Bulls. Okay.
He's demonstrated the ability to be a consistent pest on defense, averaging over a steal per game, possessing good time when it comes to deflecting passes. Offensive end, he excels at getting to the basket, whether it be in transition cutting or driving to the basket, create a shot against a tough defense.
A rim runner.
Aspect that has stood out to me, improved mid-range shooting. He's benefited from his coach. Good ability to rebound, averaging over 5 rebounds per game. Let's see.
Is that a lot in that league?
Must be.
It doesn't feel like
highlighted it. Room for improvement in his scoring abilities. He strives to get easy baskets from cutting in transition rather than creating for himself. He struggles with the ball from the 3-point range. Doesn't seem comfortable with 3-point shots. Shoots under 2 threes per game per season. Yada, yada, yada.
Okay. This is, yeah.
I mean,
great.
It seems like a young version of a extremely raw but really long and lanky Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. Smaller Gobert.
Yeah.
Gobert 7'4".
He has a high free throw rate. I don't know if you said that or not.
Yeah, high free throw rate.
In that too.
Yep.
I remember mentioned that. He's like, his true shooting's high because of his free throw rate. It's like free throw rate's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Because you can develop your shot if you have good form.
Yeah, he was going off about him basically at 18 already being like a foul merchant and like versus trying to create something. So
it's basically the physical traits and like 1 or 2 positive things are through the roof. But
another project perhaps
he's young.
here?
He plays in lesser known league. Well, I mean, Buzelis came out as a project and turned out pretty solid. So maybe.
But I felt like Buzelis had a little more pedigree, though. It was
Buzelis was a 5-star coming out of high school, right?
Yeah, but then he fell
because he had an injury, right?
Did.
Yeah, and he played on a team that no longer exists.
Did. He also played really, really bad in the G League.
Yeah.
Like really bad.
So it was like a high upside where I think this is maybe a little bit more
This is
let's
like a
not shit
Pascal
on it, guys.
Siakam
Let's
thing.
just
Try to enjoy. It's like just try to enjoy it, guys.
Dude,
let's just be positive on it.
You're
Derek
right. I mean, like
Queen
I don't know who
to
else
Atlanta.
at this point I would have been excited about. Derek Queen. I'm fine with this going to Atlanta.
I
by
think
way
it's
of-
more fun to look at Asenge than at Queen.
Yeah,
At least Asenge's like defense, upside, athleticism. Queen's like, give me the ball, let me work. And it's like, well, that doesn't really work in today's NBA.
no. It's Asenge. We'll see. I'll watch some videos. I'll see reactions from the guys I trust. See what people are saying. Other than
I just think Joey running through Asenge's strengths and weaknesses or his description and just like the tone, just like, okay, I don't know about this one. All right.
it just sounds like a Bulls pick. It just sounds like a Bulls
Yeah.
pick to me.
You're just conditioned that every Bulls pick is a Bulls pick.
No, because I was excited for Bacelis last year. I was excited about. I was on board. with Bacelis.
Yeah.
It just feels like athletic.
Maybe
a lot
this
of
means they're really
potential.
going to get rid of Vooch, though. Maybe this
probably
is the silver
does.
lining.
That's probably yeah. Let's go silver linings here. I think that does mean Vooch is maybe on his way out, or at
I
least
won't
they're
believe that
trying.
until he's actually gone.
Yeah,
If
I
you're
don't
getting
understand
an
how they haven't
actual
traded Lo-
rim protector with size, what do you do first? Send the one who can't do that out.
I mean, I do like the idea of maybe a rim runner with playing alongside Giddey.
Yeah.
We talked about that. So, I mean, I don't think this is, I think timeline wise, age wise, he fits their core right now. That's Giddey and Bazelis. So I'm again okay with that. I mean, I don't know who I would have been excited here at the 12th pick. I think that Coward.
The
guy
worst
was-
the
yeah,
worst
but-
thing could possibly be is if they keep Vooch and they do what they did to Buzelis, where they leave him on the bench until like the trade deadline,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have no clue what he
What he
was
is.
until it's too late for you to get an actual idea.
No, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. I think it's fine. All right, Bulls.
Oh, hey, the Hawks just made their pick.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. We should have announced this.
But
Well,
this is going to New Orleans.
yeah, McQueen is going to New Orleans.
Derek Queen.
Derek Queen.
Yeah,
I
going
said
to New Orleans.
McQueen, like the guy.
Wait,
Lightning
Queen and
McQueen.
Zion are going to play together?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Is this
Okay.
insurance? Is this insurance? Zion insurance?
Maybe get like the one big guy goes down. Now bring in the other, gifted big guy.
Zion to the Bulls for Vooch.
In. 100% in.
Vooch P. Will in. Dalen Terry in. Throw them all in.
Throw them all in. How much longer do you guys want to go? We're an hour in. I'll keep going. I gotta.
Could we? I don't mind going until the Timberwolves pick. At
all right.
17.
When's Timberwolves?
They're at 17.
Okay,
So
let's go to
they're
Timberwolves.
We can go until then, and then maybe
We'll
hop
get
on.
our
Yeah.
teams in. Any other topics that came up between last week and now? Do you guys want the
What do you-
final rundown of our roundtables?
Oh yeah, let's do that real quick.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
You want to do that? I should have pulled it
you know,
up before I
The
offered it.
Spurs are about to make their picks. Let me just.
Perfect. Well,
All right, Carter Bryant. Yeah, Carter Bryant, wing from Arizona, going to the Spurs. Wow, man, the
That's
Spurs
like
had
such a
two
Spursy pick.
lottery picks.
Yeah, it's perfect.
This guy with no shirt under his blazer. I feel like that's
douche.
well. I feel like it's a plus. Like if I'm looking at that guy, I'm like, yeah, no shirt under the
That's a
blazer.
plus.
Yes.
Wow.
I love
His
it.
physical
I love
traits
that.
are through the roof. He doesn't wear
Price's
under his
analysis
blazer.
on that.
What a dream. All right,
It's
guys.
just like-
go
Yeah, go ahead.
ahead.
Run down.
It's,
Carter Bryant.
mine's
Nobody
not
knows who this guy is.
exciting.
I don't know who he is.
We'll say this is one of our better performing seasons in terms of predictions here.
We're getting better. 5 years in.
We're getting better. 11 correct picks.
Whoa! All
this
right,
year.
total.
11
toto?
correct picks total in total. Chris, I don't know if you remember where you were standing.
Not well.
Yep. You got 0.
Ooh.
It's a tough look for the stats man.
Okay.
So,
Most egregious picks would be your MVP picks. Luka.
I think I won this last year, right? Okay.
Yes.
So I was due to come back. It's fine.
Like the little
you had
smirk. Yeah, I won
You
it
had-
last year.
You
Yeah,
have
well.
definitely won this the most out of anybody, but it's just,
Let us.
Wait, sorry. What was my most egregious pick?
I think MVP was Luca and Anthony Edwards. So that was
I'll
tough.
do that again next year. I'll say we're gonna run that one back.
Run it back.
DPOY, Victor Wembanyama got screwed on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should have won.
Yeah, and then you went heavy.
Kayvon Mobley.
You went heavy Timberwolves. You faded the Rockets real hard. You thought they were an 8 seed. Thought the Knicks could win the East. You were close there.
Almost.
Yeah, not bad.
You thought the Bulls were going to have the worst record. That was a joke.
That was, I think, in the heat of the moment. If I listened back to the
It
pod,
was talking shit to me.
I would understand. And
Titus, you came out with 4 picks here.
Jesus. Doing the math.
MVP, SGA, good win. Also
Nice,
got the
all right, thank you.
Thunder as the West champ and SGA as your West MVP. So rode the Thunder and
Oh.
SGA heavy.
Killing it.
And you also got the rebounds leader in DeMontis Sabonis. So nice,
Wow. All right.
nicely done. Most egregious picks for you. Rookie of the year, you took Buzelis and Rob Dillingham.
Guys that didn't play.
Those would be tough for you. Clutch player of the year, Luka Doncic and SGA. Tough look for you there as well.
Well, SGA didn't play enough clutch games.
Yes, that's exactly
Luka, that's a different problem.
right. You had Bucks Nuggets as your finals matchup. Little off on that one too.
Ooh,
Bucks
must have gone third there.
Let's see, where did you go, Bucks? No, you did go third. You are correct. I came out with 7 correct picks.
Ooh,
oh, wait, hang on.
wow.
Before we go talk about you, can we say one thing about Titus's? I
Do
was
it.
hoping you would touch on.
Which one?
For the West champ, Titus had the Thunder.
Mhm.
I picked the Timberwolves. Titus said Wolves not even on my big board.
That's true.
And I'd just like to say they're one of the last 2 teams to be decided for that. And so maybe rework that big board for next season.
Lost in 5, but whatever.
Yeah.
You made me do it, Chris.
If it
You
wasn't
made me
for the
do
rest,
that.
would have been
You gotta
6.
fade them.
It would have been 6. So yeah, let's get into your sweeping victory.
There it is. I feel good about this one. I got
let's get
DPOY, Kevon Mobley, clutch player of the year, Jalen Brunson, NBA Cup champ. That might be the most sneaky pick
That
of them
is,
all. The NBA Cup champ.
Good job.
Got the East number 8 in the Hawks, the West number 1 with the Thunder, and then got the Thunder as a champ, scoring title in SGA.
Wow.
So did some good
Clean
work
sweep
this year,
there, buddy.
guys. My most egregious picks for, let's see, West number 8. I had the Pelicans. I was high on the Mavericks. I had the Mavericks as the West champ. That was tough. That was before the Luka trade, obviously.
Yeah.
Celtics Thunder was my pick. Oh, I also picked most improved. I had Josh Giddey and Patrick Williams in typical me fashion.
Patrick Williams. Okay.
I thought maybe finally it was his final hope, his last
Until he
chance.
could speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
couldn't.
alert. You couldn't do it.
He could.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,
I
not
did
bad.
realize we missed finals MVP. We have never picked it before. So
We've
we'll add
never
that.
picked it before.
Not in the Statcast era
Wow. Okay.
since 2019, 2020. We have not picked a finals MVP.
Obviously, I would have picked Shea.
So
I think I would have picked
I
Tatum.
would have taken Halliburton.
we would have picked it after champ.
Kidding.
We would have picked it. So it was Chris. So it would have been Titus would have had the first pick for finals.
Oh, I would
MVP.
have taken Tatum. I would have taken Tatum.
Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
had the second pick. Yeah.
You would have taken Buzelis.
I would have taken Buzelis for sure. Actually, I would have taken Zach LaVine because I wouldn't think he was going to get traded.
Yeah, and then Anthony Edwards from Chris would have been. So nobody would have had
Yeah.
Shea.
You know what's most sick right here is the Thunder are picking 15th right now, and they just won the title. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
And they
Yeah.
have this guy Topic, right? Nikola Topic is coming. Is going to be
Right.
next year. It's supposed to be
Mhm.
awesome.
Dude, Yakushonis is falling. Free falling.
I think he goes here, right?
Hey, he can go to Timberwolves. Get 2 more picks.
Who do you want? All right, with the names on the board here, who are you looking at, Chris, for the Timberwolves?
I like
For the Pacers?
Akasionis.
Akasionis?
Give
Just
me a
like
point
high
guard.
upside? Point guard? All right. Oh, yeah. Replace Conley, right?
All right, the pick is in. Yeah. I mean, I know Dillingham's there, but Akasionis is a very different kind of point guard than Dillingham.
Want some different looks.
My Sabonis.
Chase Richardson.
I wanted a Senge, to be honest, because I thought it'd be fun to have that.
Oh.
He just kept
Oh,
climbing.
so you hate him for the Bulls, but you love him for your shitty
Yeah.
team?
That high.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fuck
hate him
out
that
of
much.
here.
Yeah.
This is Walter Clayton Jr., right? Walter Clayton Jr. goes here to OKC. They're like, yeah, we'll take that dude with nuts, and we'll.
With okay, maybe Walter Clayton should go to the Timberwolves. Well, he said there's a thing with Walter Clayton Jr. where it's like the 3 people you'd want to have dinner with, and he said the Pope, Eric Spoelstra, and somebody else. But he mentioned Spoelstra, so he wants to get picked by Miami at 20. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He
you know
seems
what?
like
Yeah.
a Heat guy, though. Yeah, he seems like a.
Yeah, he does,
Heat
right? He's
culture.
the perfect Heat guy.
What do you think about Asa Newell from Georgia? What if the Timberwolves, Chris, go
Host
Georgia
a
picks?
Newell. Nobody got that one.
Post to Newell.
Host a Newell.
He's fine. Yeah, I don't know much about him, but I think he's a big body, right? A 6'9". They've been linked to that
The
Georgetown
19-year-old
kid,
body.
The pick is in.
the Thomas Sorber.
Oklahoma on the clock.
You know, actually, the Wolves need a big, and I liked. So I saw
Thomas?
the name. Did you guys see the name Danny Wolf?
Yeah, he's. Ooh, that would
I'm
be
like,
good.
that's perfect. But apparently, he's like a playmaking big, and it's like, okay, the Wolves don't need that.
Thomas Sorber.
Simon Sorber,
Oh, Sorber
Georgetown
just got taken?
center. A center.
Ah, all right.
What's Hartenstein's contract look like?
He's gone, baby.
Well, he's. Yeah.
This is what I think I love about OKC, and I think this is what I think they've done right. Is all those draft picks that they hoarded, and everybody was like, eventually they're going to flip them for a superstar. They're like, no, we're just going to keep drafting people,
We're just going to keep
And-
drafting replacements for these guys.
replacements for these
And
guys.
eventually they're going to hit.
Yep.
We're just gonna be elite with our drafting.
And I think, like in the second apron era, I think that's the play. You got to stack draft picks because you need cost-controlled guys. You just build around 2 or 3 stars, whoever your main guys are, and then everyone else is draft picks. And then when they get too expensive, you let them go. Like just like the Celtics are doing with Porzingis and Drew, where they're like, "All right, yep, see you later."
So they've got
That's it.
Hartenstein under contract for 1 more year.
He'll be
then
gone
he
after
has-
that.
Then he has a club option in 26, 27.
Not picking that up.
Yep.
Because
All right,
I mean,
Interesting.
they're going to be
his cap hit actually goes down after this season. So his cap hit was 30
Yeah.
mil this year. It drops to 28.5 next year. Interesting.
fucking OKC, man. So and then they're building around J-Dub, Shea, and Chet, and then everything else is fluid.
So are the Grizzlies actually picking here?
It looks like it. We'll see. I
yeah.
gotta see the graphic.
Gotta wait till it says proposed.
Proposed.
Hang on, let's consult Shams. The Grizzlies are sending the number 16 to Portland. So Portland should technically
Portland
be picking
thinks.
here.
So is this guy going to OKC? That's really another question here.
Shams has been pretty quick with
Yeah, he has
updates after it, and I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, but Memphis, there it is. Proposed trade to Portland. So this is going to Portland.
Yep.
And then we got Minnesota next. Will be the final pick that we will watch. All right, guys.
So Atlanta, in all of this nonsense, Atlanta moved back basically 10 spots in the draft and ended up with a first-round pick of next year because they get the most favorable of New Orleans and Milwaukee. So Atlanta, sneaky
making
playing
moves.
this well, perhaps.
Man, everybody but the Bulls playing things well.
Yeah, the problem was they would have had to been willing to take on a bad contract, which they've notoriously been very, very, very against.
The Bulls have been against taking on a bad
The
contract.
Bulls have always been against taking on a bad contract just to like swallow it for a season and then move off of it or whatever. They've never done it.
It's fine.
Because, like, I mean,
Koopa.
if all you had to do was give up Niang and some shit for Porzingis, a lot of teams could have done that, right? Bulls being one of them. Here's Patrick Williams. Here's yada yada yada.
Vooch. Well, he's not expiring. He's got 2 years left, right?
Yeah.
So that wouldn't have fit. But it's wild that they haven't traded Vooch yet, or that they can't. I think the thing that drives me nuts is that they can't seem to get draft capital in return for their trades. That's what's driving me nuts.
They overvalue their picks before anybody else is willing to set the market for them.
Yeah,
like they come out of the gate telling you, well, Vooch is worth 2 first-round picks,
yeah. Instead of just going, all right, what can I get for Vooch?
right, and then negotiating from
Is
there.
that yeah?
Vooch is cheap though. The Vooch contract isn't the worst. That one actually.
No. I think a contender. He
I mean, this is it. This is his last season. He's an unrestricted free agent
okay.
in 26-27. So you've got one more season, 25-26, at 21 million, 13% cap hit, and you're done.
Yeah.
So this trade deadline coming up might be significantly more valuable for him.
Yeah, why weren't you in that Celtics trade?
You gotta be willing to get your hand dirty. Memphis, the pick is in to Portland.
I got some ideas for the offseason. We could talk after this pick for you guys. See what your thoughts are.
All right.
We can do a couple off-season pods. Obviously, we're probably taking a break here for at least a little bit. The NBA is over. We'll take a little rest. I'll get some fishing in. It'll be fun.
That's right.
Chris, you gonna get some coaching in?
Not this off season. Probably get some.
You get some fishing in.
I don't know what I'll do.
Joey, fishing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go fishing. I'm gonna do lots of stuff.
Work on that lawn.
I'll read some books.
Ooh, there you go. I did have our neighbor they resodded their lawn and it actually looks amazing. Is that considered cheating in your world, Joey?
No, it's considered a lot of work and a very expensive amount of work.
Yeah.
And then a very high risk because if you don't take care of it right,
it looks very high risk. He's been out there watering it 24/7.
Is he rolling it? Is he rolling the seams?
I don't see him rolling any seams.
Especially when it's like this hot, because the seams will start to separate as they dry out. So a lot you roll them with a weighted roller.
Yeah.
And you literally just walk it back and forth to it's almost like a pizza dough, or like a crescent roll.
Yeah.
When you roll them out, you
gotta
push it together. You gotta seam it together. But if he's watering it, though, that's big number one thing.
Yeah. No, it was drying out real bad on them. They were talking about because they had their fence redone, the driveway redone, and resodded all in one shot. It was a big project, but
yeah, I would never have put sod down in this heat wave. That's
what I thought.
Proposition.
I was like, man, that's rolling those bones there, man. This was a couple weeks ago, but it looks like it's taken. They mowed it for the first time tonight, so that was a big step.
There we go.
Come on, Memphis. We're talking about sod here.
Yeah. You know what kind of turf? Do you know what kind of turf it is? You know if it's a Kentucky bluegrass blend or
I'm not gonna lie, it looks great, man. I kind of want to take a picture of it for you. Say, hey, you want to come lay some lines down on this?
Yeah.
From not be out there.
Drop some stripes on them.
Is anybody else surprised how far Yakushonis has fallen? Hey, guys, have any insight on this U of I guy?
My cousin, who is very into college basketball, is shocked the Bulls didn't take him.
That felt like a Bulls pick too. I would have been okay.
It was like a Wolves pick, guys. I'm just waiting for Memphis. Who did the Memphis take?
I don't know what this is. A pick is in here. I feel like we got
for Portland.
Here you go. He's up
So
there.
Portland,
Silver's
they
up
don't need any more guards. They probably take like that French big guy, maybe.
They did a big, right?
Maybe a wing. No, I don't know what Portland. The Portland's got
there.
a little bit of everything.
Yang Hansen of China.
They took the China guy.
They took the guy from
Oh.
China. They took the guy
China.
from China.
Wow.
No way.
Feels like
Is
a
he-
reach here. He's not even.
Is he sitting in the stands?
He's sitting in the stands. Bold move of him to show up. Like, hey, I'm ready to go in case.
He's probably like, oh, I'll be here. I'll be in the seats tomorrow because I'm projected
Yeah.
to go.
He's got an
in the
all
second
white
round.
suit. He's got to climb out of the rafters.
Coming out of the rafters like Sting. WWE.
Wow.
Anybody watch this?
Yeah, no.
What's the height on this guy?
I'm following.
Okay, good.
He's
Sorry.
seven. He's got a 9'3" standing reach.
Yeah,
What
7'1".
our guy had?
That's the same as the Bulls pick.
Yeah, the same as the
Yeah.
Bulls guy.
They
But
could
This
have
guy's
had
slower.
this guy.
He's a lot
7'1".
slower.
What the hell? They should have had this
Those
guy.
short arms on this guy.
He's got a 10-inch hand length. Come on.
Oh, man, bust.
I can't believe he took Hassan.
Why are they?
Yang
Oh
like
no, this
that.
is for Portland. Never mind. I was like, why is Memphis taking another big when they have
DeAndre
Edey?
Ayton's going to be very scared about his future.
Ayton? Yeah, look out, Ayton. You're on the move. Is it weird that I
Like
kind of
a-
want him in the
it's like a
Bulls?
poor man's Yao Ming.
DeAndre Ayton?
Young,
Yeah.
Hassan guy.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird that like I wouldn't like say go after him, but like if they had traded for him and it wasn't too much, I'd be like, okay.
It's kind of weird. Why do you want him?
I just think it's a high upside play. I don't know. Maybe I
For
just
what?
remembering one
But is the
final where he was
I
kind of
was
good.
gonna say, is the upside like? I think there's been enough sample size for
I think you're right. Maybe just a
determine
name.
what he is.
Yeah.
You're remembering the one series in Phoenix.
Yeah, where he was kind of good and made a little noise and then was never great after.
He wasn't even that good. He was just
Yeah, he was just
mediocre.
solid.
He was serviceable, but he was young
Serviceable,
enough.
yes.
That
Yeah, that you were like,
convinced
oh my
yourself,
God, yeah.
he was serviceable. You can only get better.
Yeah.
And he didn't. All right, Chris, how you feeling?
Yeah, you're
I
up.
like it.
Yakashonis?
Yakashonis is perfect here. Or we can take this other French rim protector and Johan Berenger, or is it Bernier? I don't know, because it's French.
Beignet.
It'd be kind of fun if the Wolves got Bernier and then you guys had or the Bulls had a Senge. So it's kind of like seeing the development of these two French rim protectors
That would be interesting.
side by side in a way for us.
He'd be great
Danny
with
Wolf,
Gobert.
because of his name, would be hilarious. But
That would
I
be
don't think he's a
good.
fit.
Yeah, he would be the T Wolf.
So just give me
D Wolf.
Yakashonis or this French guy. D Wolf, like it's
D-Wolf.
perfect. But
That's
it's
perfect.
just yeah.
It's meant to be.
We don't need a guard. We don't need a big with guard skills.
Oh, that Blazers trade looks bad. So they got a Yang Hansen, the 2028 first round pick from Orlando, and 2 future second round picks for Cedric Coward. It seems like they got fleeced a bit. We'll see
I think
how.
it's okay.
Yeah, they got
See
their
how-
guy right.
See how they got Hansen.
Well, no, the Memphis got Coward.
No, I meant Portland got.
Oh, Portland.
All right,
Yeah,
pick is
Portland
in,
got
guys.
fleeced.
Come
I think
on,
it's
Yakashonis.
The pick is Orlando's pick, which next year is probably not going to be that great.
Wow.
I hope it's a Frenchman, and I hope you hate him.
You hope I hate the. Oh, there's also a French point guard that.
I don't care. I just hope you hate your pick, so I can feel the same way.
If it's Yakashonis, you're gonna be mad because I would be
Probably
pumped.
is.
I would be okay if you guys.
Behringer too, I'd be pretty happy with. It'd be fun. I'm like, all
I'd
right,
be like, that's
the
fine.
guy-
It's
it's the
probably
name
not
I
going
was
to be great.
following.
Behringer.
Chase Richardson here would
All
be
right.
interesting. The
Anul,
Michigan State
Jace.
dude.
Jace Richardson would probably be good.
He's a little undersized, but you
Yeah.
know,
Yakashonis, Fleming, Clayton Jr., Clifford. These are the top picks according to
Just
ESPN.
curious why Chris Gorman isn't at the Timberwolves draft headquarters. outside
Hugo
the window.
Gonzalez, Spain. All right, here he is, Silver, to make the announcement. Johan Berenger?
yeah, the French
Okay,
guy.
C-
Yes!
center from France.
Nice!
From France.
I like how you said it as if we haven't been saying that name.
I don't know why I was like, I just didn't.
Oh man,
because
okay.
it's spelled like Joan and Titus was confused.
Yeah, I was like, what? Who's Joan?
Okay.
Wee.
Hell
Baby
yeah.
Ruth.
Give me
Okay.
the young
So-
Gobert, right?
so
Like,
are-
Bear.
Are the
Smart.
NBA teams just like helping create the French national team to take down the USA in the next Olympics? 'Cause
I
it
guess
kinda
so,
seems like
man.
that's where
Here
they're
we go.
going at
What is
this
happening
point.
here?
Just bring them all in and get them up to speed.
All right, hey, you boys think you can riff here for a minute, and I'll come right back.
You used to
Looks like
riff.
there's- Just riff, yeah, riff. I'll be
You
right
oh, you
back.
got a comment.
Mr.
Best
Freestyle?
viewers on Stream Boo.
Ooh, all right.
Bot.
A bot.
Some bot action up.
Oh,
up on
well,
the Twitch.
Yeah. go
thank
ahead,
you
Titus.
for your comment. All right,
You can
guys, I will
riff.
be right back, and then we'll clear it down for a minute. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, so Behringer versus Asenge. We got to pick up on our French.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll have to learn a couple
Oui.
couple insults to each other. No, you've had it. You know what? You've had a Frenchman on your team for like 3 seasons now, and you haven't learned any French. So, and you live in Minnesota. You're
He
basically in
barely
Canada.
feels like he's French. He's been here so long.
That's
Like
not even
in
remotely
America.
true.
Yeah.
He's like the quintessential French player.
I saw him. He was downtown in Minneapolis, training the offseason at the YWCA, getting some
You saw him?
boxing. I saw a picture of him
Oh,
when I saw it. He was there at the same time I was there. I'm like, oh, I could have sneaked in a.
what would you have said if you saw Rudy Gobert boxing in your gym? What would your opening line have been to break the ice?
Be careful, I'm vaccinated. I don't know.
You're trying to break the ice, Chris, and you're gonna.
I'm trying to. I don't know. Maybe he'd think that would be funny. I don't know.
Oh my god,
Boy, what did I? Just,
Titus, you missed the greatest thing ever.
was it turtles have butt cheeks?
It was almost better. So Titus said, or Chris said, we're gonna have to learn some French since we each have French draft picks. And I said, you have no excuse. You had Rudy Gobert on your team for 3 seasons. And he said, oh yeah, I actually saw him. He was at a gym boxing. You know, and I was like, oh, did you see him? He's like, no, I just saw a picture, but he was there when I was there, so like it would have been pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, what would you say to Rudy Gobert, you know, if you met him in your gym boxing to break the ice? And Chris said, without hesitation, be careful, I'm vaccinated.
That would have been pretty good.
I think it's a good icebreaker, right? Then maybe you'll talk to me. I don't know
About a
Maybe
good
you might turn
icebreaker.
away.
It would have been
might-
something.
It'd
It
be
would-
a
be
icebreaker.
careful, I'm vaccinated.
You would have
Without
broke the ice, I
hesitation.
guess. You may not have continued the conversation much further after that.
As he's walking away, actually, I do. I really appreciate you. I defend the trade.
Yeah, I do like it though. I think for episode 1 of the 2025-2026 NBA season,
Yes.
Chris, you should enter into a gentleman's agreement that we're going to learn a sentence in French,
Yeah, for our respected Frenchmen. French,
and it needs to
rookies.
be an attack against the other person's team, and we're not going to
Yeah.
translate it. It's just going to be out there in the
Yep.
ether as a French attack.
I just want to see info why Asenge rose
won't
so
agree.
high while Behringer. I agree. I'm in
Okay.
on this.
Good.
I'm curious why the Asenge rose so much higher than this Behringer guy. They seem like
How old is Behringer?
That could be it. A
This
little
is
older.
rapidly young.
18.
They're both 18. And
Behringer played in the Slovenian National League, and Asenge plays in the German league.
Behringer's been playing. So okay, he's 18. He didn't start playing basketball until 14. Okay.
Asenge's Wikipedia has already updated that he's a member of the Chicago Bulls.
Bulls
Yeah, those
fans do
Wikipedia
not
do-
rest.
It's wild.
We just we have a problem with whatever our team does,
Fair.
or we're
Hey.
really excited about it. There's no in between.
He won the championship in his game.
Oh, he went
Oh,
there
no, wait,
and
wait.
played for the title.
Never mind. That was the
He
last
didn't
game.
leave
My bad.
and let his team win it without him or play for it without him.
Behringer's got a 9-3 standing reach as well with the
That's wild.
7-4.
Same age.
Wingspan. They're like the same person. Are we sure
Like
this
the
is
same
two different
person.
people?
We got the certificates here.
Yeah, we got those from Hanson.
Well, we got the best viewers on streamboo.com.
Yeah.
Remove the space.
97 Kiss FM.
I think that's really them. You think it's 97 because FM is
Yeah,
messaging us?
absolutely.
All right, should we call it?
Yeah,
Over.
let's call it
That person's
here.
Good.
Let me get out of here.
It's a good rip, guys.
Fun, first ever Modelo draft show. Fun, not presented by Modelo. Might be very clear. Yeah, let's get my Pub Boys. All right, guys. Fun show. We got some new players to talk about. Like I said, we're taking a little break from the for the show. Obviously, off season. We'll talk off pod, guys. I have some ideas for the off season. We don't want to post them just yet, but that is it for us tonight. Follow us on social media at the Box Out Boys. Slide in those DMs. Be sure to like and subscribe, rate and review on YouTube and Spotify. We very much appreciate that. So until next time, guys, for the end of the 2025 season, Box Out!
Out.
Box Out!